Real Madrid's summer 2024 transfers. After Mbappe and Endrick, what will be the next blockbuster? Just days after clinching their 15th Champions League title at Wembley, Real Madrid officially announced the sensational transfer of Kylian Mbappe. Alongside superstar Mbappe, Brazilian prodigy Endrick will also join the team this summer after the conclusion of two major tournaments, the Euro and Copa America. Of course, Mbappe will be just the first bang in what promises to be an exciting summer shopping season for Real Madrid. The retirement of Toni Kroos and the departure of club legend Nacho mean that President Florentino Perez must consider quality reinforcements. First, we need to understand which positions Real Madrid prioritizes for reinforcement. Next season's attack will be bolstered by the presence of Kylian Mbappe, who was the second highest goal scorer in the top 10 national championships last season. Joselu, after some unbelievable performances this season, especially his brace that helped Real Madrid come from behind to beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League semi-final second leg, has been rewarded by the club activating a buyout clause worth €1.5 million in his loan contract from Espanyol. Besides Mbappe and Joselu, the young talent turning 18 on July 1st, Endrick, will join Real from Palmeiras. The Endrick deal was sealed earlier this year, but he will only officially arrive at Bernabeu after the Copa America final. According to Marca and AS, Real Madrid is also making moves to upgrade their defense by targeting Lile's Lenny Yoro for the center-back position and Bayern Munich's left-back Alphonso Davies. Real Madrid has contacted both players, although Perez and CEO Sanchez's stance is not to try to buy at any cost. The 18-year-old French defender Lenny Yoro was present at Wembley Stadium when Madrid lifted their 15th Champions League trophy. However, Davies has recently had more positive negotiations about renewing his contract with Bayern. The 34-year-old club captain Nacho will leave when his contract expires, and Real Madrid is considering using midfielder Tchouaméni as a center-back next season if needed in defense. However, Tchouaméni naturally prefers playing as a midfielder. Jesus Vallejo will return after a loan spell and has a contract until the summer of 2025, but the situation of these players will not affect Real Madrid's overall plans. There are homegrown alternatives for Yoro and Davies, namely Rafael Marín and Miguel Gutiérrez. Marín, a 22-year-old center-back on loan at Alaves from Real Castilla, has yet to be decided by the club whether he will be part of Ancelotti's squad next season, despite his promising performance for Alaves last season. The same goes for Gutiérrez. The 22-year-old left-back impressed at Girona last season. Real Madrid has a clause in the deal that sold Gutiérrez that allows the club to repurchase him for only €8 million. However, with several Premier League clubs particularly interested in Gutiérrez, Real may lean towards selling him to boost their operating budget. Although Toni Kroos has bid farewell after the Champions League pinnacle at Wembley, there is no confirmed information that Real Madrid is targeting any specific midfielder, other than closely monitoring 16-year-old talent Franco Mastantuono from River Plate. Next, let's assess the players who may have to leave this summer. There are doubts about Ferland Mendy at Madrid. Previously, Real Madrid was open to offers for Mendy due to the French defender's history of persistent injuries. But Mendy's performances in the second half of the season have been very convincing, and Ancelotti is very keen to keep him. It wouldn't be surprising if this left-back is offered a contract extension. Fran Garcia, Mendy's backup on the left flank of Real Madrid, is one of the players listed for sale this summer. Additionally, Madrid will listen to offers for Dani Ceballos, who has expressed dissatisfaction with his limited playing time last season, totaling only 862 minutes. However, Ceballos is not an easy sell due to the high salary he receives at Bernabeu. Then there are players who may leave if they wish, such as goalkeeper Andriy Lunin. The Ukrainian goalkeeper felt hurt by not being trusted to play in the Champions League final after Courtois returned from his absence due to a cruciate ligament injury. In another development, Kepa will definitely say goodbye to Real Madrid. The Spanish goalkeeper was signed on loan from Chelsea in August to replace the injured Courtois, but ultimately lost his place to Lunin and has no choice but to return to London. In the attack, with the presence of Mbappe and Endrick, Rodrigo is a name that Real Madrid will consider selling if a good offer is received. The Brazilian player extended his contract until 2028 at the end of last year, but he has recently admitted in 2 interviews that anything can happen and he might leave. However, Rodrigo's departure will depend more on himself than on the club. The third important aspect of Real Madrid's transfer activity is the role of the trio of President Florentino Perez, CEO José Sanchez, and scouting director Juni Calafat. The latter two are more involved in transactions. Calafat and his team conduct in-depth analysis of potential targets and send evaluation reports to Sanchez. Sanchez plays a crucial role in the negotiation and signing process, and the final decision, of course, lies with Perez. As known, Ancelotti does not control transfers. Last summer's transfer window is a clear testament to this fact. Ancelotti wanted Madrid to sign Harry Kane from Tottenham to replace Benzema, but Perez said no. However, Ancelotti's ideas are still respected if they make sense with the plans of Perez, Sanchez, and Calafat. The Italian strategist wants to keep his key players from last season, including Mendy, Vasquez, and Joselu, and his requests have been met. How much could Real Madrid's transfer budget be this summer? Real Madrid is also eligible to sign Euro and Davies, although they are not willing to overspend as both players have contracts expiring in 2025. Like previous young signings such as Eduardo Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid will want this duo to commit that Real is their only choice to avoid the risk of entering bidding wars with other competitors. The COVID-19 pandemic and the cost of renovating the Bernabeu Stadium of over 1.1 billion euros have forced Real to spend more conservatively in recent years. However, the youth movement in the squad over the past few years has significantly reduced Real Madrid's wage bill. The club's total wage and bonus cost decreased from 519 million euros to 453 million euros in the fiscal year 2022-2023. With high earners like Benzema leaving, Real's wage cost ratio over revenue is 55%, the seventh lowest among the 8 teams that reached the Champions League quarterfinals this season. It can be confidently said that this ratio in Real Madrid's 2023-2024 fiscal year will be even lower, although Real will obviously have to offer Mbappé a hefty salary. However, the success on and off the field this season, along with Toni Kroos's retirement, is enough for Real Madrid to compensate for that. According to AS, Mbappé's free transfer to Real Madrid will not create any financial pressure for the Spanish royal club. Simply put, Real will not be forced to sell players to balance the budget. In the fiscal year 2022-2023, Real Madrid broke the club's revenue record with 831 million euros, ranking first in the world while also profiting $11.8 million. Don't be surprised if Real Madrid's financial report for 2023-2024 exceeds these figures. Real is expected to spend at least an additional 150 million euros for the summer 2024 transfer window. Of course, that's if they choose to. We will keep you updated on Real Madrid's movements in our upcoming videos, but for now, goodbye and see you next time.